Hello friend, today we are going to study about the standard 7 history religious synthesis. So before turning to the religious synthesis, we should know the meanings of the synthesis. Synthesis is nothing but that is a harmony. So meaning of the synthesis. So, religious synthesis means harmony. That means all the religions come together and they can enjoy their life. And for that purpose only, our country referred the constitution in such a way. Diversity of languages and religions are the most important characteristics of the Indian constitution. And due to that only, Indian constitution adopted the principle of secularism. So, before turning to the secularism, what is meaning of the secularism? So, secularism. So, before turning to the secularism, before that, we should know the meaning of the secularism. Secularism is nothing but all castes live together. They cooperate with each other, they help with each other. That is the meaning of the secularism. So Indian constitution it adapted such types of the system is there which have the democratic secularism. Democratic secularism means our country adopted the democracy. The meaning of the democracy, demo and cracy. These Latin words. So demos meaning is the rule and cracy is people. People's rule is known as a democracy. And when we are doing the study of the Indian constitution through that the governing policy, democracy. So democracy has a certain characteristic within that the secularism is the most important characteristics of the democracy. So whenever we are thinking about any countries adopting the democracy with secularism arising there, and secularism means all sorts of the caste, creed, religions, regions, they can live together, they can cooperate, they can harmony with each other, all the social respect they are arising there, so they can enjoy their life. And this is known as a religious synthesis. So the best result of the religious synthesis, some sorts of the sect it is arising in the medieval period only. Within that the Bhakti movements, Sikhism and the Sufi sect. So initially the Indian people they are giving the much more interest or much more emphasized in the Indian religious life. In the medieval period they gave the Bhakti Marg. Bhakti Marg is nothing but that is a path of devotion. Path of the devotion. Bhakti Marg did not give the undue importance to the hierarchy. Means what? Unnecessary importance not given to the particular grade or particular region or particular caste. They are never given the importance. They are saying that all people are the one and the same and they should treat equally. This is the principle Bhakti Marga is referring, and that's why that further facilitate the religious synthesis. In different regions in India, we find the different types of the people, different types of the diversity we can see. Diversity means within that the different regions are there, the dress, color, custom, traditions, all variation we can see. But although such types of the diversity we can see among them, they are living very happily, they are enjoying their life, they are coordinating with each other, they are helping with each other. This is the reality of the Bhakti movements. So Bhakti movement is giving the more important to the unity of the country. That's why this help the development of the regional language. So after that, we are going to study one by one. We know very well so many people attempt to make the harmony among the different religion. Within that, the first one is the Bhakti movement. So we are going to start Bhakti movement. It is believed that Bhakti movement originated in South India. There are the two groups are there, two sects are there. Number one, it is the Nainar, the second it is the Alwar. So Nainar people, they are worshipping the Lord Shiva, and Alwar people, they are worshipping the Lord Vishnu. So after that, because of they have the religious harmony, so some people are thinking like this only. They are trying to learn how to make the Alwar and Nainar together. They are saying the Alwar and the Nainar are the one and the same. And for that purpose, they try to learn best, and they convert Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu in one idol. That idol is known as Harihar. So within that, what happened? All the followers of the Alwar Bhakti movements and the Nainar Bhakti movements coming together. That's why the Bhakti movement strengthened its number of the people, its devotees, it is increased, and that is beneficial to religious synthesis. This is the reality. And whenever the religious synthesis it is created there, they are preached the value like love of God, humanism, compassion, mercy, etc. After that, the Ramanuja and other Acharya, they try to level best for the social harmony, and they strengthen the Bhakti movement. They told the people that God is for all, God never discriminates to anybody. This message they passed, and that's why the Ramanuja had a great impact on the North India also. Afterward, the next one it is arising there, that is a Santa Ramananda. Santa Ramananda strengthened the Bhakti movements in North India. Santa Kabir is the well-known son in the Bhakti movements, but he did not attach any pilgrimage center, any important places of the pilgrimage, pratas, idols and worships. For him, truth was God. That means he is believing that although you have the different caste, creed, have it there, but God is the only one. Creator is the only one. Nothing more than that. That means you have to believe on the God. And for that purpose only, he is always saying, he taught that all human beings are equal. He did not believe any differences on the basis of caste, creed, religion, gender, on the basis of the region. He also criticized the Hindu-Muslim Orthodox. Both the places, those are Orthodox peoples are there. He directly criticized on them because of his most important target is there to make the Hindu-Muslim unity in the society. So after that, in the Bengal, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu underlined the importance of the Krishna. Due to that the teaching, the people joined the Bhakti movement and transcending the boundaries of the caste, creeds. Under this influence, Shankardev spread the Bhakti movements in Assam. Narsi Mehta was a renowned Vaishnava sant in Gujarat. He was ardent devotees of Lord Krishna. He gave the message of the equality. He is known as first Gujarati poet. Santa Mirabai stressed the importance of the devotion of the Krishna. She belonged to royal family of the Mewar, but she renounced all the pleasures of the royal family and immersed herself in the devotion of the Krishna. She composed many devotional verses in Rajasthani and Gujarati language. Her devotional verses give the message of devotion, tolerance and humanity. After that, Santa Sena was an influential sant. Santa Rohidas was a great sant. he gave the message of the equality and humanity. Surdas, a great poet of Hindi, composed very beautiful verses, that is a Sur Sagar. And after that, the verses on the Krishna Bhakti composed by the Muslim son Ras Khan are melodious. Ramcharitmanas of the Santa Tulsidas is a beautiful composition of the expression devotion to the Ram. So after that, we are going to study about the state of Karnataka. In Karnataka, Basveshwar spread the Linga stream thoughts. He opposed the caste system in the society. And his most rest he has given in his life, that is the dignity of the labor. That is a known Kaigave Kailas, that means work is a Kailas. And he encouraged the women's participation in the Bhakti moments only. Because he is always thinking that when the men and women coming together, I think so, we can do the better work in the society. And for that purpose only, he conducted a religious discussion known as Anubhav Matappa. Sri Basveshwar conveyed his teaching in the language of the people. That means in the Karnataka, their language of the people is the Kannada. So almost verses of the compositions of Basveshwar getting in Kannada language only. But there is so many followers of the Santa Basveshwar, it is available. They composed their verses in Marathi also. So that's why, so his followers have composed their work Marathi. Within that Paramash, it is composed by the Manvat Swami, and some sons are there who is become the follower of the Basveshwar. Within that the Purandar Dasa is there, Pampa is there. These two's contribution also that much important in the Bhakti moments. After that, we are going to study about the next point, that is a Mahanubhav sect. So, Mahanubhav sect, founded by Chakradhar Swami in the 13th century. This sect preaches the devotion of Krishna. Sri Govinda Prabhu was the guru of the Chakradhar Swami. The followers of the Chakradhar Swami included men and women. So he is saying that men and women are equally important in any society, in any religion, in any caste or any creed. That means equality of the caste. He has given the message to everybody. He traveled all parts of the Maharashtra preaching in Marathi only. He preferred the Marathi instead of the Sanskrit. This led to the development of the Marathi language, and that's why the Marathi people much more attracted toward the Chakradhar Swami only. So Chakradhar Swami sect spread out his Mahanubhav more in Marathwada and Vidarbha. So in the Marathwada and Vidarbha, especially in Vidarbha, Ritipur is the most important religious center of the Mahanubhav sect. And afterward, the Mahanubhav sect, it can spread out of the country, that is the Punjab, afterward the Afghanistan. In this way, the Mahanubhav, they also given the more important on the Krishna Bhakti, and they are always opposed the caste system. They are saying all are equal in front of the society. There is no differences on the basis of caste, creed, religion, gender, like this. He is opposing each and everything because of he knows only one. All human beings are one and the same. Creator is only one. So we should have the unity among ourselves. So next point is there, that is Guru Nanak. So Guru Nanak was the founder of the Sikhism and first Guru of the Sikh. His work has to be mentioned as a great attempt, the religious synthesis. He visited the holy place of both Hindu and Muslims. Because of the Guru Nanak make the maximum try to make the Hindu-Muslim unity, and for that purpose so many religious places of the Hindu and Muslim he visited. The most important thing is there, he mentioned in his literature, he visited Makkah and Medina also. And when he visited, after that, he told the people that he realized that the feelings of the devotion is common everywhere. He taught that all the persons should treated equally. His teaching aimed at achieving the Hindu and Muslim unity. That is the most important target is there. And for that purpose, the many people influenced by the teachings of the Guru Nanak, the numbers of his followers increase day by day. The followers of the Guru Nanak are known as a Sikhism. Shishya, its meaning disciple, because of he is always saying that Adi Granth, also known as the Guru Granth Sahib, is a holy book of the Sikhs. Adi Granth include the compositions of Guru Nanak, Santa Namdev, Santa Kabir, etc. So, when the Adi Granth or the holy book of the Sikh, that is a Guru Granth Sahib, have a content, large number of the content of Bangas of the Santa Namdev, then Dohas of Santa Kabir, and he himself traveled all over the India. So many religious synthesis is showed there, harmony of the society is showed in his literature, and that's why the large number of the people influenced by the Guru Nanak. After that, Guru Nanak was succeeded the 9 Gurus of the Sikhs. Guru Gobind Singh was the 10th Guru or the 10th follower of the Sikhs. After the Guru Gobind Singh, Sikh regard the Guru Granth Sahib as their Guru as per the order of the Guru Gobind Singh. So, last and best point is remaining there, that is a Sufi sect. Sufi sect. Sufi sect. This is a sect of Islam. The Sufi sect believe that God is full of love and only way to reach Him through the love and devotions. Only the love and devotions. Their main teachings are love for all human beings. Meditations, simple living, Khaja Muhyiddin Chishti, Sheikh Nijamuddin Awliya, where the great Sufism, the teaching of the Sufism had a unity in the Hindu and Muslim community. The Sufi music had most important valuable contribution to Indian music also. So when you done the comparative study of the Sufi sect, that sect is getting in the Islam only, but they always try to level best. They are telling that to believe on the God. God is the only one. God is the truth. And with the help of the God only, we can enjoy our life. That means when he passing the message to the society, that means he wanted to make the harmony between the Hindu and Muslims. This is the reality. So overall, when you done the study of the religious synthesis, that means how the people are coming together, how they are helping. That means first one, if you have done the comparative study, Bhakti movements, within that the Bhakti movements, all caste people are there. How they are helping to each other. How they are making the coordination among the different religions. Because of, if you done the comparative study of India, every regions have the different language, different religion, as well as the different area, their custom, tradition, have it there. But they are living together and enjoying themselves very nicely. And for that purpose, the religious synthesis have the most important placement in the society. So, before turning to the next one, Santa Ramananda is there, because Ramananda also tried to make the Hindu-Muslim unity. Then Mahanbhav sect, he traveled all over Maharashtra. And he is saying that we are to give the more important to the women also. Men and women equality, he has given the more important. So, Manava sect also it is developed in Riddhipur in Vidarbha. And they also try to reverse the social harmony. And Guru Nanak, you know very well, large number of the abhangs of the Santa Namdev, Santa Kabir, and himself his composition, combining in the holy book of the Sikhism, that is a Guru Granth Sahib. So, and as well as he traveled all over the India, where the religious places are available in India related to the Hindu or the Muslims. They are saying their feelings are the one and the same related to the God. And that's why whole life is spent to make the religious synthesis. And after that, Sufi sects also one and the same. When we have done the religious synthesis, this chapter study, after that, dear student, you have to make some exercise also. So, write a short notes about the Bhakti moments. What is meant by the Bhakti moments? So, Bhakti moment, originally it is originated in South India. There are the two sects are there. Within that, one is the Nainar, second is the Alvar. Nainar giving the more important to the worshipping of Lord Shiva. Alvar is giving the more important for the worshipping of Lord Vishnu. And so many people attempt there, try to make the religious synthesis. For that purpose, they combine the one idol, half part of the Shiva, half part of the Vishnu. That means within that the one idol it is created, the name of the idol is Harihar. That means they want to combine the Lord Shiva's follower and Lord Vishnu's follower within the good outlook arising there. All the people it is arising in the Bhakti movement. That means the Bhakti movement strengthened very nicely, and they are given the message to the society, that is a love of God, humanity, compassion and mercy. In this way, they make the good work in the society. After that, we are turning to the next question is there, that is a Mahanava Pantha. So, if you see the Mahanava Pantha, it is established by the Chakradhara Swami. And his best book composed by Chakradhara Swami, that is a Leela Charitra. Within that, the Leela Charitra, he has given the importance men and women equally. He is saying that to treat equally for the men and women, and for that purpose, he travelled all over the Maharashtra, passing the message, especially large number of the expansion of the Manava Pantha. We can see the Marathwada and the Vidarbha also. In Vidarbha, that is the Riddhipur. Riddhipur is the most important placement for the Manava Pantha. So, in this way, now you have to collect some sorts of the sons, which is making the Hindu-Muslim unity. Otherwise, they try to loudburst the religious synthesis in the society. You have to collect the name and what work, what function they have done. You have to mention in your notebook only. And as well as